Welcome to part 3 of the Smith family. In the last video, I was telling you about Annie's sister, Nellie Cadwell, who had married Bertram Taylor. And now we're going to talk about their daughter, Dorothy Taylor. Heiress, countess, philanthropist, jet-setting wife of Count Carlo Denis di Frasso. Dorothy Cadwell Taylor was born in Watertown, New York, daughter of leather goods manufacturer Bertram Leroy Taylor and Nellie Taylor, nee Cadwell. Dorothy was known for her black hair, blue eyes, and seductive figure. After a shipboard romance, she married, in June 1912, British aviator pioneer Claude Graham White, who organized Britain's first airmail service and also landed a plane on the White House lawn during their courtship and asked President Taft for a flight. He was the only man to hold 3 most coveted flying gold medals of aviation and was the first Briton to hold an internationally recognized flying license. Sadly, the marriage did not last, and they divorced in London on December 17, 1916, just after Dorothy inherited between $10 and $15 million of her father's $50 million estate. She married Count Denis di Frasso on June 29, 1923, many years her senior. On the outskirts of Rome, the new countess acquired and restored one of Europe's most famous homes, Villa Madama, that had been designed in the 16th century by Raphael for Pope Clement VII. It was then later used by Benito Mussolini during World War II for the National Fascist Party factions. While residing in the villa, actor Gary Cooper was doing a movie in Rome and became quite ill. Dorothy took him in, and during his recuperation began an intense affair with him under her husband's nose. Since she and the Count were at this point leading separate lives, Dorothy went on with the affair and moved to Hollywood, where she purchased a mansion in Beverly Hills. Making friends of some of Hollywood's most important stars through her Cooper connections, Dorothy called on the best decorators and landscapers and created a luxurious estate. Dorothy and Cooper eventually went their own way, but remained distant friends. She was always known as the woman who taught Gary Cooper how to dress, making him the most elegant man in Hollywood. Through her new Hollywood friends, whom she elaborately entertained at her mansion, Dorothy eventually rented her mansion to Marlene Dietrich and headed off in search of sunken treasures. There was a studio-owned schooner, Metha Nelson, Captain Bligh's ship, in the 1935 movie Mutiny on the Bounty. Also on the ship was American gangster Bugsy Siegel. Although the trip turned into a disaster when the schooner was tossed violently by 70-mile-per-hour gale winds that split the main mast and destroyed the sails, it was the start of a new affair with Bugsy. Always looking to expand her fortune, Dorothy joined Siegel in several financial escapades, including an unsuccessful attempt to sell black market arms to the Italian government. She always rejected gossip of her association with Bugsy, instead referring to him as Benjamin to her friends. The relationship continued until Bugsy met his end in 1947 at the Beverly Hills home of his new girlfriend by an unidentified assailant. In 1947, Dorothy sold the Beverly Hills home to MGM pianist Jose Truby, who lived there until he died in 1980. Dorothy died January 4, 1954, of heart failure in a train compartment while she was traveling with George Raft from Las Vegas to Los Angeles after attending one of Dietrich's performances. On to part 4.